Alright y'all, so 2K26 just dropped that live stream showing off the brand new park and city, and I'm not gonna lie, this might be the biggest shakeup we've seen in years. I know every time a new game drops, people say this is the best 2K ever, but the way they redid the park and the systems this year and the rewards, man, it feels so different this time. So let's break it all down piece by piece because there's a lot to cover. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. First off, the city itself, they did not just polish it up a little bit. They rebuilt the whole way it runs, and it's way smoother now, way more connected. You could jump from park games to rec to proving grounds without any clunky load in every time, and the visuals are clean, bro. They are so clean, and they changed it to where it's 60 FPS. So if you look left and you look right, it's super smooth all around. The whole game is running on 60 FPS, so that's gonna make things a lot better. The lighting looks realistic, shadows aren't blinding you, and everything just feels way sharper. It's the type of upgrades you notice immediately when you step onto the court. Now let's talk about the park. The very first park of the year will be called Skyline Park. It's a very open, grassy area. Kind of looks like a college campus. It's super lit, gives you that real home feeling vibe, like you're in the city just hooping at your local court. And it's crazy, but y'all gotta stay tuned in, and there's other things that make it better as well. This is the thing that really set me off and things got really wild. They're bringing back seasonal parks, so every 6 weeks the environment switches up. You're not just playing on the same parks all year. It's going to rotate. One season might have that city skyline vibe, and the next could throw back to an old My Park from 2K16 and stuff like that, and they look good. It keeps the game feeling fresh, most definitely, and it makes the grinding park way less repetitive, and it makes it way more fun. Because if we're playing on a court that's different every 6 weeks, and it's like an old 2K16 court, bro, everybody's coming back to that because people love that. And speaking of grinding, they added some serious twists to the rep system. So first off, there's something called My Park MVP. Basically, the highest rep player in your server gets highlighted, and if you actually beat them, you get 5 times the rep in VC. So you could only do it once every 3 hours, but it's not abusable, but it adds an extra layer of competition. So like everybody's gonna want to knock down the MVP off their pedestal, and on top of that, streaks actually matter now. So if you get on a hot streak and your name literally shows up on the side of the court, it will, like, so it has like a, think of a taxi, and on top of the taxi it says taxi, but it's going to be your, like, it looks like that, but it's on the side of the court, it's your name. So people are gonna try and come and drop you off, and you gotta try and fight for your spot. And if they break your streak, they cash out big. Like if you're on a 30-game win streak and someone beats you, they're walking away with like 30K VC, and that is insane. Now here's one of my favorite additions, the crew. I think of it as like a clan, but fully built into the game, so you can make a crew up to 50 players, and everything you do together helps your rank up your crew level. There's 30 levels, and the rewards are actually worth it. There's like custom crew logos, matching gear, rep and VC multipliers, and even badge perks to cap breakers. So like they will help, the badge perks and cap breakers obviously will help your MyPlayer, but and overall like your crew levels up as one. So imagine running into a crew that's fully leveled up. You're gonna know instantly that like they're legit, and it adds that community rival, kind of like how people chose affiliations back in the day. But you know, I feel like that's what we've been missing for a while, so we're finally going to be getting that back. Another thing is the leaderboard statues. So if you dominate in a certain mode and like you're the top of the top, you literally get a statue of your MyPlayer built outside of that building for everyone to see. 12 feet tall, by the way. So if you're just chilling out there, that's bragging rights on a whole different level. Imagine just standing in front of your statue. And like if you content create, bro, you want to try and be that #1, so people will see your statue, and then they'll look up your name and see your YouTube channel or whatever it is. But they also added geo leaderboards, so like you can see who's repping in your region. So if you're top in your area, you get a special intro that flares up before games. So it's like a little flex, but like that grind actually makes you feel like it's a real reward. So then you've got the Pro-Am Summit, which is basically like a tournament that happens twice a season. You have to qualify though, so whenever you qualify, you make it in and you go crazy during the summit weekend. Then you rate up based on your best games, and on top of that, the best teams get special rewards. So for all the comp players, this is where you prove yourself in the Pro-Am Summit. which again I said is twice a season. If you play games and you make it in, you go crazy during the summit weekend, they rank you based on your best games, and the best teams get the best rewards. So like I said, that is something that the comp teams could do. They also reworked the street ball into a new mode called Street Team. So instead of running around to different locations, it's all in one big arena with a Roman Coliseum type vibe. So when you play the bosses and like you climb levels, there's 40 levels, and you unlock rewards like animations, cosmetics, and badge boost. It feels like a mix of story and grind, but it's all inside that park world. On top of that, they finally brought the MyCourt back, which I mean they've had it, but like people are going to love being in the MyCourt, which is something that people have been begging for. You can hop in there, you can practice shooting, obviously you can test out new mechanics, obviously, and fully customize it. But like what I mean by fully customize it, like you could choose custom logos, custom floors, there's different court designs, and one of the biggest quality things, you know, they added in the game just in general is the swap build. So like you don't have to go back to lobby. But let me read back just a little bit and go back to the MyCourt. That's something that I want to talk about a little bit more. So like when you load into MyCourt, right, you're usually able to customize it, but they have so much stuff. You can customize it so much better now, and it looks a lot better. But the build swap, that's insane. So whenever you get dropped off of court and you're like, damn, I wish I was on a different build, I could swap that, bro, you can leave that court real quick and switch a build real fast. So that's going to be something that's vital in a lot of people's games. So like if you're serious and something like that, and y'all want to switch builds and, you know, do all that extra stuff or whatever, you can do that in the game. You don't gotta go back to the lobby. So finally, there's a whole challenge system layered over everything. The daily challenges, seasonal challenges, lifetime goals. You knock them out and you get VC, rep, animations, cap breakers, and even seasonal gear. They're giving us 300 milestones to chase across the year. So it's always going to be there. There's always going to be something to grind beyond just the straight rep. So those challenges give you crazy stuff. I've seen some crazy gold shoes with wings and some other things like cap breakers. Like it's crazy. It's a whole different, like, it's like 2 reps now, kind of a little bit. So yeah, 2K26 really feels like they gave the community what it's been asking for. Seasonal parks to keep it fresh, meaningful rewards tied to the competition, crews to bring back that community feel, leaderboards and statues for bragging rights and quality of life updates like MyCourt and build swapping, apologies. And it's the type of stuff that just makes you actually want to log in every day and play, because there's always something new going on. And at the end of the day, this isn't just a small upgrade. It feels like 2K is really pushing to make this game the most competitive, most rewarding one we've seen in years. And it honestly is. I can't wait to see how the community takes it once everyone jumps in and, you know, starts to have fun and test out those builds. And speaking of builds, if y'all, I'm gonna be making a whole bunch of builds. I have some builds on 25 that are predicted to do pretty good in 26 because the MyPlayer builder is similar. So if y'all want to see what my very first build is, then go ahead and drop that comment, or you can go ahead, follow, like, and I will eventually just post a video of it anyway. So that is it for this video. I appreciate everybody who is here. Stay tuned in for the next one because I will be uploading more. We're out.